set this really quick.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Good. You look good. Very relaxed.
The chiller is.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Just double check it's on.
Good.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Let's do it. All right.
Take this in.
Just in case I need this. Boom. Close off too. That's better. All right. Hey, welcome. I'm Marc Laws on behalf of Warrior Addict. Just having a little interview here with Jacob in the house. Welcome, Jacob. Welcome to the camera. Me and Jacob have been hanging out. We're at Circus Festival. Having a great time, teaching some yoga, doing some yoga, and just investing our time with some beautiful, beautiful people. I recommend it. So let's talk about Jacob. So Jacob, I understand you're a professional surfer, surfing the professional circuit, and you're also a yoga teacher. And you know, all this is happening in the present moment, but really, like, where did this all start? You know, like, where are you from? Where were you born? And yeah, kind of tell us about like your life from the beginning until now, just in the next few moments.
Yeah. So I grew up in Cape Town in a small little city called Somerset West, kind of close to the beach, and was from a young age, about 2 years old. My dad used to take me to the beach like every morning, go surfing on a little bodyboard right by the shores. And when I was about 3 years old, my dad took my sister, who was about 12 years old at the time, surfing, and she was on a real surfboard with fins, and yeah, I was like, oh, take me on that, Dad. And my dad was like, no, you're too young, that board's too hard if you hurt your head. And then he was a surfer at the time himself, and he took me out on my first surfing experience, and you know, I just fell so madly in love with the ocean and the sensation of riding a wave ever since. And I feel like it's through surfing and my love for the ocean that really led me to finding yoga, through the physicality of yoga, but then understanding how interconnected yoga and surfing really is, and the idea of flow, movements, and just really experiencing bliss of life. Yeah. And it was about 2 years ago I moved up to Scotland to help build and start up a yoga studio, Tribe Yoga, and yeah, I started teaching 2 years ago yoga too, and yeah, it's been an awesome experience moving up here and just sharing the love, sharing the yoga experience. Hey, I'm absolutely crazy about the practice, so it's just so awesome for me to be sharing that with people on a day-to-day basis, and how cool the yoga practice is really. So yeah, I feel like I'm in just such a good place right now here. Yoga festival, good vibes.
Here we are, man. Hanging with the boys. Epic, man. Epic story. You said you moved to Scotland, in Edinburgh. So what is like, and you're a surfer from South Africa, and there's amazing places to surf, but you've gone to Scotland. So what's one of the best places you've ever surfed at? And why Scotland, and is there surf in Scotland?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I moved up to Scotland, to the UK, as my opportunity for. I moved up to Scotland for the opportunity to help start up Tribe Yoga, and that's kind of what brought me up here to Scotland in the first place. And yeah, there's every now and then there's pretty good surf in Scotland if you can bear the extremely cold water. It gets really, really good sometimes. You've got to kind of plan it out whenever I'm not teaching too much yoga. Try take off and head out to the beach. But yeah, up north, right at the northern tip of the UK, there's a place called Thurso East, and I would say it's one of the best right-hand point breaks in the whole of Europe, maybe even. And yeah, it's pretty good whenever I get the opportunity to trek out there. I would say best waves in the world. My best place to surf in the world would probably be Hawaii, the North Shore. It's just the surfing mecca, really. Yeah, and I really look forward to going back there one day and just practicing yoga, sharing yoga there, and surfing around there. That would be the dream, really. Hey.
I'd say so, man. Let me know. I'll go to Hawaii, man. That's fucking awesome. Are you allowed to say fucking?
Yeah.
I'll have to pause so you guys can cut it out if you don't want it. Or you could just keep it in. There's some other questions that I might miss, and I just want to look through this really quick and see. Yes, I like that question. And oh, this is good. All right, hold on. Let's start with this one first. What's one of your greatest surfing achievements? Hold on, let's pause that. What's one of your greatest surfing achievements?
So, I've had some pretty good surfing results in my life, in my surfing career. Before I became a yoga teacher, I was just really trying to make it as a professional surfer, doing some of the bigger world qualifying series events in the world, traveling the world, Hawaii, Australia, doing events in South Africa. Yeah, and I forgot the fucking question.
One of your greatest achievements? 'Cause you've had a lot, obviously,
yeah.
But can you name one that just stands out right now?
So yeah, traveled, done all these events, and had some pretty good results. Won some big contests, but I would say one of my biggest accomplishments with surfing would be just the first experience of learning how to surf and stand up on a wave, to maybe 10 years down the line surfing with my dad, surfing for like 2 minutes, sharing a wave, riding, sharing that experience together. I would say that is one of the better accomplishments in my surfing
That
career,
just
for
sounds
sure.
hot, man. I need to try this out. I haven't surfed yet. And then there's another question, like, how do you feel, does yoga complement surfing? How do you feel about that? Do you see anything in how it complements a surfer to do yoga?
Yeah, so the word yoga, it's such a weird word, right? It can be, for me, yoga is really everything. So I don't really see surfing and yoga as two different things.
Well said, my man.
Yeah, it's just all the same. It's all connected. Hey.
So then someone that knows nothing about it, and they know about the asana practice. How do you feel like with that? Does that complement, or is that a great way to get into it, and then maybe that kind of grows into something else?
Yeah, so the style of yoga that I teach mainly is the vinyasa style, breath movements and kind of flowing with the body in a way that feels good for you, works for you. That's how I like to see it. I feel like that style and the way I teach yoga, I really try to incorporate surfing, flowing style movements into my practice, and then therefore into my teachings and into my class. So yeah, sometimes I get on my yoga mat and I visualize I'm on a surfboard and just riding away, flowing with the movements, the breath and the body, ideally outside in the park. And yeah.
I find that really interesting. So then, would you say that even surfing was one of your philosophy teachers, that you draw parallels from the philosophies of yoga?
Definitely, yeah. I think that just really anything that brings you so much bliss and love, like, has got so many teachings and lessons behind it. And yeah, I think that's where you really